Deftones, Combat, Guitar Lesson and Guitar Tabs, Standard Tuning Method. I'm going to play all the parts right at the beginning here. After that, I'll go back through and give the full explanation for everything. Do me a big favor and hit the subscribe button. It's the best way to let me know you like this video and want to see more Deftones stuff. And now, let's give it a try. Okay, so once again, this is a 6-string standard tuning interpretation for this song. And this initial section is more like the Chino guitar. Just kind of playing a quick little riff a few times. We're hanging out in this kind of B position here where we'll be at the 7s here on the E. And we just kind of hit one, do a couple more, drop down. Initially, we'll hit a quick 5 on the D, back to the 7 on the B, or on the E, and then we end up at the 7A, hit it, and just kind of strum it, 8th note style, and as we're strumming it, give it a little bend. Alright, so let's just try like... Alright, so that's kind of the thing we're going for there, but from here on out, we kind of switch that 5D to a 9 on the D. Alright, just get the octave with that 7E. And it's kind of the same deal. The 7Z to the 9D, then to that 7 on the A with a little bend on it. And it's just this real loose, shuffling strum to it. And after we go through that a couple times, then we get into the main riff. Okay, for the first verse, everything comes in good and heavy now. And we'll be starting here in this F sharp power chord, so 2E with the 4 on the A and D there. And it's just these quarter note strums, about 2 measures worth, so like 8 strums. Okay, so, and then we cap that off by a quick little subtle open E back to that F power chord, F sharp power chord. Zoom up to the A power chord at the 5 and 7s, and then we just go right back and repeat it. And this initial verse, once we get to the back half of it here, we just kind of switch to 8th note style strumming, and what we do is we come off of that final A power chord back to the 2s, and then we just strum it out 8th note style and repeat that. Okay, the second time through, we kind of cut it about halfway short, and then we just zoom up to this E power chord with the B added bass note here, so 7A and the E with the 9 on the D and G, and we just give it a single strum and let it ring. For the chorus, switch to this D power chord with the A bass note on it, so 5's on the E and A, 7 on the D and G. And with this, we just kind of give it a loose shuffling strum for a measure. Okay, drop it down a fret, so we got the 4s and 6s now for that D flat power chord with the A flat bass note. Alright, and then from there, we end up at a B power chord with the F sharp bass note, so just 2s with the 4s. And with this one, we carried out about a couple measures. Alright, go through that a couple times, and at the end of the final time, after we hit our B with the F sharp for a measure, we switch to this now where we strum it, and then we zoom up for this octave, this E octave at the 7A and 9G, and we just give that a strum and a slow bend while we're strumming it. Alright, and just repeat that a handful of times right there. And for the second and third verse, the front half of it stays the same. Alright, our single quarter note strums on the F sharp power chord, and once we get to the back end of it, instead of just kind of doing the 8th note strumming from A back to the F sharp, this time we kind of double it up faster, where we do the A, a few of the F sharp power chords, do it again, so okay, really a lot quicker now, and then we add in this little bit where we do like a quick open E power chord to the G power chord, so you know, the open with the 2 on the A and D there, and then to the 3E, 5 on the A and D, and it's just open E, couple strums on the G, and then you can just lift off for a quick open E bass note back to the G power chord. Alright, and we just crank that out right there, where a handful of times, and then we just kind of do the A to the F sharp, and then we zoom up to our, you know, our ringing out chord, the E with the B bass note. Bridge section, start with the D flat with the A bass note at the 4s on the E and A, 6 on the D and G. Hang out there, handful of strums, bring it up to the 5s and 7s for the D with the A. And then we switch to this octave riff now on the A and G strings. Start at the 9 and 11, drop down to the 7 and 9, and then just hang out on the 5 and 7 for a little bit. Repeat that 9, 7 to 5 again. Alright, and then we just bring it higher now and do this at the 12 and 14, 11, 13, 9 and 11.